Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode in this Glory Hunter season. The transfer deadline day has been and gone, and we've strengthened the team in some ways. We're going to show you the team. We're going to show you our signings first of all. We'll show you the fixtures from the games, the results from the games that we've played already this month. So let's get straight into it. So in transfer business, it's been a bit of a busy January. We have secured some free transfers coming in the summer. As you will see here, we have secured a couple of defenders, first of all, in the form of Cillian Ondoa. He is coming in from Troy in the summer. He's coming in on a free transfer, 22 years of age. I think he's at an age now, looking at his attributes, he looks to be a pretty good defender, certainly one for the future. Following that, and just recently on deadline day, we offered an end of contract offer for Chino Dubina. He is currently on loan at Marseille, of course, still contracted with Atletico Madrid, my old club, of course. I know him very well. I had offered him a contract in January, and then I turned it down, and then there was an option to go back for him again, and I decided, yes, let's go ahead. We'll bring in a strong, solid defender that we know very well and can play in our system, which is very important. We do, of course, have Khaled Tuyate, who's joined us. Of course, he's been on loan already this season. He is being made permanent in the summer. And then we went for Stanton Rottenbach, I think is the pronunciation. He looks to be a strong midfielder, can play central, can play defensive midfield, can play attacking midfield if need be. Very good attributes, 24 years of age. I think he's got a good future ahead of him. My only concern with him is he is from South Africa, so when the African Nations Cup come up, we probably will lose him for a period. And then finally we have Mattia Carollo coming in. He is coming in from Atalanta. A young player, only 19 years of age, more so one I'm looking for the future. He's got very good potential. His attributes at the minute are pretty decent, but certainly a player we'll be looking probably to loan out in the first instance. In terms of outgoing, we've got a couple offers that we've rejected, but we'll look at the transfers we've made already. And as January came around, there's Miguel Perea has gone out on loan. He has joined Udinese for the rest of the season, hopefully to get some game time, either push up his transfer value or gain some more experience and become certainly our second choice player. We did then lose Daniel Rierte, I think it is. A young player, he's 16 years of age, doesn't have much of a future. We decided to cash in on him when we can. He is 6'6" as well at the age of 16. So for a central defender, he could be pretty good in the future. But then the big transfer that came in, we were offered 64 million plus a further 17 million for Evan Ferguson. Now, Evan Ferguson has scored 17 goals for us already this season. He's 30 years of age. He was earning 235 grand a week. At the time, he wasn't keen on joining Juventus. He would certainly listen to them if they were making an offer. We decided to accept the bid. He went into talks and ended up agreeing to join them. So we will bring in up to 81 million points for him, which at the time for a 30-year-old striker, given the not the state of the club's finances, the club's finances are pretty good, but at the time was that we will never get an offer like this again, especially on the wages he was earning. We decided it was time to cash in. And with that, in his place, we have brought in Yusufa Moukoko. He is obviously the same age, 30 years of age as well. He's earning a lot less money, less than half. He's on 90 grand a week. We did pay 38.5 million, so we paid 32 million, I think it is, plus add-ons, so 32 million plus an extra 6.5 after I think it's 50 games. So we might even just play him for 49 games and then drop him. Certainly 30 years of age, it's the experience we're after. He is a good player. Of course, I know him well from my time at Dortmund as well. So delighted to get him in. We also did then lose Pavel Dvorak. Pep Guardiola is the manager at Inter Milan. He wasn't happy with Dvorak not getting as much game time as he wanted. So after a little bit of an argument with Pep Guardiola, they have recalled him. Similarly with Dimitro Jarosz, is it Vincenzo Italiano? Is it Vincenzo? Yeah, Vincenzo Italiano is the manager currently at RB Leipzig. Again, similar situation. He wasn't getting game time. That was actually, we decided to terminate the loan then. But on deadline day, on the first day of the transfer window, we had agreed a end of contract offer with Carlos Gutierrez, attacking midfielder, can play as a striker, can play as a left winger, 24 years of age. So we decided to bring in the Argentinian midfielder. I think he's going to turn out to be a very good player for us. He's played 2 games. He's played a couple of games already. In his first start, he scored 4 goals. Bear in mind it was against the lower league opposition in the cup, but very, very pleased to get him in the door. To strengthen in defence and in defensive midfield, we decided to bring in one of my old players, Ibrahim Bamba. He is 32 years of age now, so he's kicking on a little bit, but his stats, his attributes, physicals and mentals are all still very, very good. The player I'm very familiar with did very well for us at Newcastle before earning a big move to AC Milan, where he spent the best part of, I think, 10 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years there. They bought him for 48.5 million. So delighted to get him in because I know his strengths, and of course Mokoko, as we've already mentioned. So in terms of strengthening the team, I think we've done well. I'd be pretty pleased with the squad now. I think we can certainly put in a good challenge on the Europa League. In terms of the fixtures we played already, we started the month with the Coupe de France, of course. As you'll see there, we were drawn against Strasbourg. We've come away with a 5-1 victory. We'll show you the goals now, of course, once this loads up. Let's get underway. As the ball is played out wide left to Bucci, he finds a nice pass into Bergval, turns on the ball and finds Alex, and Alex just scores goals because that's just what he does. Everard then finds a nice pass into, I'm not sure, Baldanzi, I think that was. Ball comes forward to Martinez. He comes in from the right wing and fires in to make it 2-0. Bucci then breaks up the left-hand side again, finds Bergval once again, crosses the ball and finds Alex to make it 3-0. Baldanzi then progresses the ball forward, looks for Bergval, a nice first-time touch in the Evan Ferguson, and what looks to be a bit of a toe poke really, fires in to make it 4-0. Bergval and Alex combine again, as this time the Bosnian goes down the left wing, cuts the ball back to Bergval, and he scores to make it, I think we're 6-0 or 5-0 at this stage. And then towards the end, Strasbourg do get a goal back with 5 minutes left. There's a nice pass towards the back post, which he is there to score a consolation goal. So that leads us from the 9th round into the 10th round. The draw was done, and next up we faced Belfort. As mentioned, Carlos Gutierrez made his debut as a substitute in the previous game, made his first start in this game on the left wing. Gives me a little bit of confidence that our left wing isn't really an area of concern. The minute we see Choi Sang-hee here finds the ball to Hofbauer. Ball comes back to Sang-hee, and he fires into the top corner to make it 1-0. Gutierrez then scores a penalty in the 31st minute, and then gets his second goal of the game as he makes a break forward here after receiving a ball. It's a fantastic strike in the top corner, and to make it 3-0. Gutierrez scores his second penalty of the game to wrap up his hat-trick in the 43rd minute. And in the second half then we see Dvorak plays a nice ball over the top. It's a good first touch from Gutierrez, and he breaks in to make it 5-0 and complete his 4th goal of the game. Next up, we're back in Europa League action as we had a home game against Shamrock Rovers. Again, very pleasing result as we see Evan Ferguson scored a hat-trick in this game. We'll show you the goals now, of course. As always, this win did guarantee us a spot in the next round. As we see here, Tuate and Bergval combine to find Choi Sang-hee. He crosses the ball back, and Ferguson scores his first goal after only 26 seconds. Tuate and Winter combine this time to find Bergval. He plays a 3-ball to Choi Sang-hee, knocks it on to Evan Ferguson, and from just outside the box makes it 2-0. Kabarsi and Sardella combine then as we see the ball come through to Choi Sang-hee, beats the offside trap and makes it 3-0 before half-time. Alex then whips in a corner to the back post for Everard to score, and then Ferguson scores from the penalty spot in the 49th minute to make it 5-0. Luke Turner also missing a penalty for the visitors on the hour. So a 5-0 win guaranteed us a place in the next round. We don't have to go through the playoffs, thankfully. We then have we're back in league action against the first team to take points off us this season. Which of course was very frustrating considering we started those first 2 or 3 games very well. We're facing against Troy, of course. We are at home in this game. We've come back here with a 4-0 win. We'll show you the goals now once the match report loads up. I'm very pleased with this victory, of course, given that we did drop points to them earlier in the season. As we see, intercepting a throw in here by Alex, comes to Winter, finds Aubert, making a late run into the box, and the fullback scores to make it 1-0. Triade then combines with Martinez, and Baldanzi takes over, makes a lovely run into the box, and fires into the bottom corner to make it 2-0. Ferguson then scores a penalty in the 20th minute, and then Winter looks to move forward, gets out the left-hand side as he crosses the ball back into the box. Baldanzi is there to score his second of the game. Baldanzi had mentioned he was interested in considering his options. We offered him a new contract, and he thankfully signed. So he is staying with us for another 2 years. Our final Europa League League game came at home to Eintracht Frankfurt. We rotated the squad again quite a bit. We dropped a point. We dropped 2 points in this game, coming away with a 1-1 draw, which is disappointing because we were on for a 100% record. Brighton have topped the league phase. We have finished in second. Brighton did win all their 8 games. Brighton, of course, were finalists last season, losing out to their arch rivals Southampton in the final. So I'm sure they'll be probably one of the hot favourites to win the competition this year. As we see, Hofbar combines with Bergval as he plays a ball through to Costa, and he gets on the end to make it 1-0 in the 29th minute. Reno then crosses a ball into the back post for Frankfurt, and Toyota cuts inside to score the equaliser in the 81st minute. So a little bit disappointing, but as mentioned, we are through to the next phase. The playoff round, I don't think they've started yet, but they will come through in a minute. But as mentioned, in the league phase, we have finished second on goal difference, really, ahead of Standard Liège, I think that is. With Brighton winning all their games. So once the draw comes through from that, of course, we will keep posted and let you know. Evan Ferguson is currently the second top goal scorer in Europa, but he is moving off to Champions League football for now. So that brings us up to where we are today, if I am correct. No, we have one more game. We face PSG again. This time we are away. Unfortunately, didn't go our way at all. We were, I suppose, maybe expecting to lose to PSG. In France, you probably should always expect to lose to PSG, really. As we see, Kuryakov plays the ball out to Everard. He dallies in defence, and Suma steals the ball from him to fire in the 46th minute. To give the home side the lead, of course. Very disappointing in the manner in which Everard, especially Everard, is a good player, and although he's still young, he does have a good bit of experience. Maybe one of our better defenders, and it's disappointing to see him concede the ball like that. Second goal then comes in as De Bast is there to fire in after a nicely worked free kick routine. Choi Sang-hee then plays the ball across to, I think it's Costa still in goal. It is intercepted by Benoit Badiashile, but he turns the ball into his own net for an OG, and the game finished 2-1. So that brings us up to this game today against Stade Reims. We are looking to just rotate the squad a little bit. We'll bring Aubert in for left back. We do still obviously have a couple of injury concerns. Gilard Ducci still not fully back from his injury. Obviously, he's been out for a long time as well. We'll keep Bucci on the bench here. Youssoufa Moukoko getting his first starts, and I'm having a little look at Martinez is struggling a little bit on fitness. We'll bring him out and we'll put Choi Sang-hee in. Khalid Tuyate struggling just a little bit as well. So this is how we look at the minute. We have promoted a couple of youngsters up from the Nice 2 side as well. We're kind of lacking a little bit of strength and depth. So we've brought some young players up, some promising young players, in the hope that they will gain some experience and gain some sort of first team match level fitness, and hopefully become integrated into the team as the rest of the season progresses. But we are kicking off against Stade Reims. We are the away team in this game, playing of course in our change kit of all blue. Not an awful lot of action going on. Youssoufa Moukoko is booked already in the first minute. Can't get booked in the first minute. It's per showing. As Pagapa takes the goal kick, Bergval wins the header, finds Choi Sang-hee. Vinder plays a lovely ball through the Alic into Makoko, but he's fired it wide, and that's okay. He's 16 minutes into his debut. We can allow him a little period of adjustment. Stankovic plays a ball over the top to Bassetti. Comes back to Emil. He's hit the crossbar. It was an incredible strike. Let's change our mentality and go very attacking, because that's just what we like to do. Not an awful lot happening at the minute. Let's demand more. I'm not even sure where Stade Rem are in the league currently. Let's get a look at the league table, wherever be it. Stats, visualizations, no. So no at half time. That's a little frustrating. Thrash Arms, far from happy. Everybody's fired up. Look at that. Great reactions. Bergval not having a great game. Aubert not having a great game. Makoko. I mean, I know it is your debut and everything. I'm going to give you the R, but you at this stage you're getting hooked. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's bring you out. I mean, barely any highlights during the game as well. We'll bring Costa in up front. Bergval not having a great game. We'll bring Baldanzi in, and we'll bring Bucci in for left back as well. It looks like something's happening back here, and we have scored. No, it has been ruled out. As we see, Bergval. I mean, he must play the ball here too. Yeah, Choi Sang-hee. It's a nice finish, but I mean, he shouldn't be offside from that position. Biganza goes long. Ball is cut out by Everard. Comes to Bucci. He's looking to get up the line. Looks for Alic. Gets a crossover. Cleared by a defender. Comes back to Choi Sang-hee this time. He's onside. Aaron Venter with a lovely. It's a clever pass back into him. And you see Bucci looks for Alic up the line. Gets beyond the defender. Gets the ball across. Cleared by a defender. It's a nice first time. It's two nice first time touches from Venter to play it into Choi Sang-hee, and it's a lovely first time finish from the Japanese winger as well. As the ball comes across here to Costa, it looks for Alic, and it's 2-0. I think it might be offside. I think it's given. Even better. Venter and Alic both struggling a little bit on fitness, just as is Tuate. I might bring Tuate out to give Bamba a debut. Nice cross in the box. Costa holds up well. Just finds Alic at the right time. Very, very pleasing. And he's onside. It's the defender on the other side is keeping him on. Nice little movement there from Alic to come back on. He obviously read the line very well. Everard is struggling on fitness, so maybe we'll bring Bamba in for left back, or for centre back. And Tuate, or he's a winger really. If we change it up and go with this, we'll go with this instead. Baldanzi in here. Maybe we'll bring in Gutierrez in here, because that is his most natural position. So bring Bamba in for his debut. Choi Sang-hee now with the ball. Looks to thread through to Costa. He's in and he's hit the foot of the post. That's gone wide. It's a little bit annoying. I'm expecting to do better from that. So we are on an attacking mentality. We are. I thought that was going to be a per goal kick there for a second. Cabarce now looks for Bucci. Finds Baldanzi in centre mid. He's looking left for Alic. Plays it into Gutierrez, but can't find him. Molejo comes back. There's a nice bit of play there by Bamba. Cut a ball out. It's over the top, and Cabarce is there to clear. Vender now brings the ball forward. He's making a break up this left hand side. Gives the ball a little away a little too easy, but Gutierrez is on. That is possibly the worst miss I've ever seen in Football Manager. It's probably not the worst, it's the worst from memory. That is a Gutierrez did all the hard work there, intercepted the ball, looked for the square pass, and I really can't believe that Costa missed it. Costa's complaining about not playing enough games. If you're going to finish in like that, then, you know, can't really complain too much about not playing. So in the stoppage time, we're about to wrap it up. And there we have it. 2-0 win against Stade Reims. Well done, lads. Good one for us. And it was. And that is in the Coupe de France. I actually thought that was in Liga. So that is the 11th round. I think quarterfinals are next. The draw has been done for that. Yes, we face PSG in the next round. So that'll be interesting. That's at the end of the month. Maybe another game after that. So we're going to wrap it up at this stage. I appreciate that there were 6 games of highlights to bring you because transfer deadline day was immediately after the PSG game. To try and get them all wrapped up in one go. So a positive start to certainly the new calendar year. Again, we've had a draw and another defeat to PSG. It's the only team that have beat us this season. And we've had 2 draws. In terms of the league, we are second in Liga currently, only 1 point behind Marseille. We are 2 points ahead of PSG currently as well, which is pleasing. So we will wrap it up there. We will be back in the next episode when we will have highlights from these games against Havre, against Lyon, against Sochaux, against PSG, and Grenoble as well. And we will also bring you the UEFA League, the Europa League round of 16 draw as well. That's it for now. Please do leave your comments below. Obviously, we would love to hear your feedback. We will see you in the next episode. Until then, thank you very much and take care. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. It helps us to grow and helps us to bring you more videos like this. Please also leave a like and share the video as well. And please do leave a comment. We would love to hear your feedback also. That's it for now. You can watch one of these recommended videos, but we will see you in the next one. Until then, thank you and take care.